Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another Optc video, and in today's video, we're being into Garbs Challenge Heavenly Demon 2 and doing a little bit of showcase on the new super evolution that has arrived on Optc Global, that is V1 BlackBeard. Now, before I continue, I do not recommend people trying this team. If you do want to try this team, you need to make sure that all of your characters are max limit broken, and you do want to make sure that you have like 130 attack cotton candy on your strength units, being Marco and Ace, Luffy and Zoro, and Buggy. And if you do try this team, you do want to make sure you bring a limit break keyed Luffy, friend captain, as well as having a lot of attack cotton candy on him as well. We are running the Mama Shanta ship with this particular team, as all of this damage is back-ended. But if you do have your V1 BlackBeard limit break keyed for whatever reason, it will make this run a lot easier and a lot smoother. But nevertheless, the team actually managed to get it done with the help of some supports. We do have the Invinkov support on our Luffy and Zoro. We do have the Carrot limited rare recruit support on our Nami, and we do have the limited rare recruit Judge support on our Marco and Ace. But that can be replaced with Rare Recruit Kid. And then finally, we have, as you saw there, Lafitte on our Blackbeard to remove Bind on this stage against Monet. Now, the beautiful thing about V1 Blackbeard is he actually allows us to ignore defensive effects. The problem with Blackbeard is he still doesn't get around base defense and defense up. So that's why we did have to bring the Carrot support on Nami. But bringing Nami was not a big issue, as she is an Orb booster and a Color Affinity booster, and does help out quite a lot on the Pika stage, as well as on the final stage against the Dofis. So Blackbeard was actually a lot of fun. I actually really enjoyed using this unit, and taking on some of the harder content in the game. It was actually quite satisfying getting it done with the old school Blackbeard. For those of you guys that don't know sort of a bit about my story, I used to use Blackbeard V1 religiously. When I was playing the game, like when the game first came out, I really wanted V1 Akainu, and unfortunately I couldn't get V1 Akainu, so I would run a powerhouse hybrid team utilizing Blackbeard with a friend Akainu, and it used to work very well. So here we are today using the 6+ of Blackbeard, and like I said, it was actually a lot of fun. Team building for Blackbeard can be a little bit tricky though, however, as you do need to make sure that your crew does consist of a fighter, a striker, a slasher, and a shooter. So that was a little bit tricky, but I have actually seen another team comp. I cannot remember who the YouTuber was. I think it was maybe Berber. He managed to put a team together utilizing a Kaido friend captain. I haven't actually watched the video itself, but I imagine that it probably did a little bit safer. But again, it depends on what units you have, as well as being able to get around all the defects of the content. So as you can see, we are using that Carrot support. It's very handy for the Virgo stage and this particular stage against Pika. The fact that we can just remove 2 turns of defense up just by hitting a perfect with Nami at the start of our chain is very handy, and then relying on all the back-ended damage that Mama Shanta does provide. The special of Luffy Zoro is absolutely essential, especially for this particular stage, as you do need to a chain lock. Otherwise, Pika will give you like 99 turns of a very negative chain lock, which is very annoying. And like I mentioned, you do need to make sure that you have a lot of cotton candy on your units, especially your strength units and your friend captain, because when you come up against Diamante, we only just have the damage to take him out. But like I said, nevertheless, we did actually manage to get it done. Blackbeard's a little bit more intricate as well. Like I was saying before, you do need to make sure that you have a crew that does consist of a fighter, shooter, striker, and slasher. I did try a couple other comps utilizing like Arlong crew and Shanks crew with their switching between shooters and slashers, but you obviously lose all of your effects with Blackbeard if you don't have just one of those classes on the particular team. Once you fill all those classes though, the whole team does get the buff. So there are some very good subs for Blackbeard, stuff like V3 Akainu is very good. He's a fighter and a shooter, which is 2 out of the 4 classes, which is great. Characters like V3 Aokiji being a shooter and striker is very handy as well, and any other character that has 2 of the original 4 classes is going to be a very viable sub for Blackbeard teams. The biggest downside that I actually find to Blackbeard is that himself is actually not a fighter, shooter, striker, or slasher, which means team building around him is completely reliant on your subs, or like I've actually done here with your friend captain. with this particular team that I put together, the Marco and Ace is a fighter and a shooter, and when you do merge, they do become a fighter. So whenever you're switching into the Ace variant, you do lose out on a fighter, and then you have 2 shooters. So that's why bringing V2 Snake Man, the super type Snake Man, is absolutely crucial for this particular run, as that way you don't have to worry about what characters you are when you're switching, and that way you can actually give you access to the switchability of Marco and Ace to allow you to get a full board of orbs whenever you need it. Unfortunately with BlackBeard too, obviously he removes all defensive effects on himself, or for the crew, so any damage reduction sockets with this particular unit are absolutely pointless. So make sure you guys are not putting damage reduction sockets on this particular unit. Make sure you guys are using stuff like recovery orb boosts or orb boosts. You could even use something like what's the other one? The resilience, if you really wanted to. But out of the main sockets, if you're not using damage reduction, usually the best bet is to go with something like orb sockets or even recovery boost, as this character has quite a lot of HP and has a lot of access to a lot of good ships that do have very big HP boosts. You can use stuff like the Shark Superb, you can use stuff like the Mama Shanta, you can still use obviously the Moby Dick, you have the Victoria Punk, you have the BlackBeard ship from his forest himself. So that's that's a good thing about BlackBeard as well. Now this particular stage here against Diamante is where we only just had the damage. This is why I'm actually sort of sifting through my units, checking what units have the most attack, as we don't have a chain locker on this turn. So all the damage does become back-ended depending on hitting your 3 perfects, and getting that 1.6 times multiplier from the ship. And as you can see, like, we only just managed to take out Diamante there. It took me a couple of runs to sort of finesse that, but once I sort of figured it out, it was smooth sailing from there. So onto the final stage against Dofi now. This is where we are going to pop basically all of our specials. That way we have a orb boost, we have color affinity with our support, we have a 2.75 times attack boost to our strength units, and we have a 3 times chain lock. With BlackBeard, the addition to BlackBeard's super typing is he allows, or it's with his special, he allows block orb manipulation, so he can turn block orbs into matching orbs, as well as getting a little bit of utility with bind resistance. But with this particular run, utilizing his special on the final stage here is very good, as we can actually get a full board of orbs with his special. Damn, that special kind of popping too, but it is a little bit nice, giving him that utility, giving him something else that he can provide just besides his actual HP cut. Otherwise, on this particular team, he would literally be useless. His only great purpose for this team, obviously besides ignoring defensive effects, is the block orb manipulation at the end. So, hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to go down there and belt the like button for me. And if you are new to my channel, consider hitting that big red subscribe button. We do upload OPTC videos every single day, so if you're enjoying the OPTC content, hit that big red subscribe button. And for all you bloody legends that are already subscribers, consider becoming members today. But guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, make sure to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, I thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Lates!